Hey guys, and welcome back to the Hetrick Outdoor YouTube channel. So today what we're doing is we're doing a little bit of scouting. We went deer hunting this morning and we didn't see anything. I'm going to try to teach you guys kind of how to use the onX app to find public land in your area. And you get out and scout, which is what we're doing now. We're riding all the government wood roads, looking off in the woods at spots that we think look good and stuff, and then we're dropping waypoints on our onX app. And the onX app shows us the boundaries of the hunting land, the government hunting land. So right now we're doing our scouting and stuff, and then in the morning I'm gonna go and hunt one of these waypoints, and I'll show you guys here in a minute. I'll do a live screen of I'll do a screen recording of my onX app as I mark a spot, mark a waypoint. You can name them. I'm not gonna name any of mine until I check them out on foot. But right now, me, Joe, and my wife, Morgan, are riding around scouting areas for us to hunt. We're trying to expand our areas, trying to show you guys that it's 100% possible to get out and hunt public land without any knowledge of it. And like I said, I want to expand this eventually into other states. So this is the start of that. We're going to keep riding around, keep marking spots, and hopefully this turns into a video that y'all see us eventually in this video kill a deer. Whether that be tomorrow when I go back or later on or whatever. I hope this works out the way I want it to. So here you're looking at the onX app. I have it opened up. All this green is public hunting land. So we're going to zoom in. This is all private on the right that's not lit up green. Property line is an orange there. We'll zoom in here. On the left side of this road, I want to drop a pin, so I'm going to tap it, hit add waypoint. It's going to add a waypoint, and I'm going to hit save. So that's how you work that part. That's how you add a waypoint. And then you have a wind calendar, and you can hit compare wind, edit wind, all of that. But what I'm looking at here is that this is all surrounded by pines. Then you have an oak lot in the middle, which gives you a bedding area and a feeding area all kind of in one. And I'll show you kind of how we did that looking at it from the road. So if you're looking at it from the road, you can see, and it's a lot better if you're, especially in person, you can see all these pines running here. And then as we were coming up the road, you can see all these pines running here. And then you have this oak lot that runs off into it. Like I said, that gives you a feeding area and a bedding area for them to come out of. And it's got a ridge you can walk down. Right here, this is a ridge, and you can go sit on the back so that you're a good ways away from the road. The walk-in's not gonna be terrible, and they're hidden behind that ridge, so they can come out of that bedding area into the feeding area. And it's the signs of a good spot. Now you have to actually get out and go in there and scout it and everything. But right now we're just dropping waypoints, and then we'll use our hunting days to scout it and decide if it's a good spot or a bad spot. If it's a bad spot, we'll delete the waypoint. If it's a good spot, we'll keep it. So you guys have got to get out there and you've got to do the legwork. You've got to, take a hunting day that maybe isn't the best, too much wind, too much rain, whatever, and ride around and check these places out. Drop your pins using the onX app or using whatever you want, Google Maps, whatever. Drop your pins, and then if y'all gonna do, like today, we're spending all day riding around. I mean, I've gone to a bunch of places. For me to grow up 10 miles that way, I've never been, because we just always hunted the same old spots. Now we're getting out, we're looking around, we're finding new spots, we're dropping our pins today, and through this next week, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna start hunting each one of these pins and hoping to be able to harvest deer. It's also, I find places to squirrel hunt and stuff like that. But you just got to get out there and you got to do the legwork to make it possible. It doesn't come easy unless you have, private land and shooting houses and all of that. We got to get out here and traipse through crap like this to get to the good stuff, because just out behind this, it may open up to beautiful hardwoods and deer love it back there, or it could just be super thick and you couldn't see to get a shot off anyway. It's just one of those things that you've got to get out, you got to scout, you've got to put in the work. And that's what we're trying to do. And guys, out here on at least the Mississippi WMAs and stuff and National Forest, you'll run across gates like this that you can park at and you can walk down or whatever. It's really easy. Now here, you're not allowed to ride your four-wheeler in to get off and go hunting, but you can use your four-wheeler to retrieve your game once you have shot it. So that's always an option. Like I said, we're riding around. We're, I would say, beating our feet, but we're, you know, just driving around today, marking all these waypoints. And I'm gonna show you guys again on the onX app how we're marking these waypoints. You can label them. You can add photos and stuff. So like if you dropped a waypoint and you end up killing a big buck back there, you can add a photo to it. And it's just a really cool app. They're not paying me. I'm not sponsored by them. I'm just really enjoying the app and how it's helping me hunt land that I didn't even know existed. Like you know, you grow up hunting just this small little section of all this land that you didn't even know was out there. And now I'm getting to expand myself. We've went and checked out other WMAs and found out that they're not worth our time hunting because they're just so heavily hunted, or we don't have the right equipment to hunt them, like a boat or an ATV. So me and Joe, we hunt off the ground with our, you know, with our feet. And that's what we do. So we're gonna keep scouting, keep dropping waypoints, and hopefully find us a place to kill some deer. All right, guys, so I've got my onX app open back up, and you can see I dropped a waypoint right there. You know, you zoom out, everything's green. So as you zoom in, you can see that this was taken kind of during the fall. All this that's not very, all that on the screen that's not very green, that's hardwoods, and then all that really green stuff, those are pines. And if you can use that to help decide, okay, you know, is there enough hardwoods there to hunt, or if I'm just going to be sitting in a pine thicket. You've got this little ATV trail or old logging road that goes in that also has, you know, a lot of pines, and then it opens up into a hardwood area. So like I'm going to drop a pin right there because I like the way that looks. I'm gonna hit add waypoint, and you can change the colors. You can add notes, like I said, photos, folders. You can location, you know, 4x4 ATV access, you know, antelope, bobcat, boat ramp. You can add all of that in to your liking, so you know what is there and why you marked it. Now I don't know a lot about that area. I just marked it, but I do know just not down far from it is this little lake. So I could hunt back towards that lake. They've got a water source, they've got a food source, and they've got a bedding area all right there kind of together, making that a really prime location to check out and scout. And that's probably where I'll be going the next time I come out. Good morning, guys. We are gonna start heading out to our hunting spot for the day. We're gonna open up the onX app. We're gonna select our location. We're gonna get headed out that way. Boy, it's early. We're gonna have about a 42-minute drive. So I'm gonna show you guys how you can use the onX app to navigate to where you're going. And so those waypoints that you dropped will help out a lot. We're in the old Cummins today, old Project Babe, because the wife's got to have her truck to go to work. So we rattling and clattling, you know. But show you guys how to use that. I'm going to hit the road. Hopefully we can find us a new spot to kill a doe, a buck. I don't care. We meat hunters around here, you know what I'm saying? All right, guys, so we're going to find the one that we want. So out of all of these that we have marked, we're going to zoom in, find the one that we want. I want to hunt this little block of government land that is surrounded by private land, hoping that it's holding some big deer that they're not getting hammered on by any of this private land like all the other public land can be sometimes. So we're going to tap it. We're going to slide over. We're going to hit navigate to. Bam, just like that, 42 minutes and we're going to be there. All right, guys, so I just rolled up at the spot. It's still really dark outside, so I have to wait for it to lighten up so I can walk in. That's the one bad thing about hunting new locations is that I don't know them yet, and I don't want to walk off into a gully or step in a big old hole and hurt myself or anything like that, so I have to wait for it to lighten up enough for me to be able to see and navigate the woods. And also, that also helps me find a spot to sit down. We're going to see if we can't get it done today. I don't have anybody to film for me. So if I do end up harvesting an animal, I will show you the after, and I mean, I'll attempt to show you the before, but I make no promises that I'm gonna have time to film the shot or anything like that. But I'll do my best for you guys. Always try. But you'll definitely see the after, and hopefully this just goes to show that you can 100% go out and hunt public land on your own without the help of anybody else. Nothing but this app. You just got to beat your feet, figure it out. It ain't easy, but it ain't that hard either. Unless you're just trying to hunt monster bucks. I can't help you there. I hunt for meat only. If a good buck comes out, yeah, I'll take the opportunity to harvest that animal. But for the most part, if it's brown, it's down, you know what I'm saying? As long as it's legal, it's going to the freezer. So I'll see you guys in there. All right, guys, I've got our spot all set up. I think it's a good location. I'll give you a look around, and then I'll show you my setup. And we'll get all set in and hunkered down for the next few hours. About the next 6 hours, I think. And I'll just give you a little look-see about what I can see and everything. And of course, let you look at this setup. I think this is a really, really good spot. It's nice. And I'm not seeing any proof that anybody else has ever been in here. So maybe nobody knows this is government. I don't know. Maybe I found a good spot. We'll see. But this right here is my view. This right here is my little setup. If you hunt from the ground, you need one of these Millennium seats. That thing is comfortable. It is fantastic to sit in. It means sitting on the ground tenfold. So make sure y'all go out and get you one of them. I'll link it in the description. We're shooting the old 350 Legend Encore today, single shot for a primitive weapon here in Mississippi. On Holly Springs National Forest, you're allowed a doe or a legal buck. You're also allowed one non-legal buck on the Holly Springs National Forest. So pretty much anything's game, which is what I like about hunting the Holly Springs National Forest, is that you can shoot whatever you want, pretty much, so I'm gonna get sat down, we gonna get comfortable and see what happens. Alright guys, the other thing I like about the onX app is that I can make sure that I'm still within the legal boundaries of where I want it to be. So as you can see, I'm kind of in the middle here of the wildlife management area, so I know that I'm nowhere near the property line, so that there won't be any question of legality there. And I know what's all around me, and I know that I'm, being in the center, I'm far enough away from anything potentially that could be out there that you're not supposed to shoot near. So it's just really good to be able to see that you're where you need to be, that you're hunting legal and everything. And that's just a really nice feature that you can do with this app. It shows you exactly where you are within your boundaries. Alright guys, I just got one. It's a little buck. It will be my one non-legal buck of the year that I'm allowed. But, we need the meat, so he didn't drop. He ran just a little ways and crashed right over here in the trees. So I'm going to give him 5 or 10 minutes, and I'm gonna go over there and get him. Give him plenty of time to die. I don't want to bump him or nothing in case the shot wasn't perfect, because it was kind of a, I don't want to say rush shot, but I walked up this ridge here to be on the other side of this log, and when I came back, he was standing right down there, and I had to stand really, really still. He walked all the way around and was headed back out that way. He stopped right in there, and I put smack down on him. So, I'm shaking. It don't matter if it's a doe, a buck. Man, I get buck fever, and I get so excited. It wasn't, like I said, it wasn't a rush shot. It just, I can't say I was super steady, but it felt like a solid shot. And he should be down just right in there. See, man, I'm telling you, y'all get out there, y'all mark spots with that onyx, you go in there and scout it. Ooh, I had a real good feeling about this spot once I got in here and saw how it looked. This will definitely be a spot I return to multiple times. Oh, God. Yes, fresh deer meat, man. Ooh, thank the Lord. All right, guys, I just walked up on him. He's a little 3-point. Like I said, it's going to be my one non-legal buck of the year. He's actually got a really cool, that single point's actually really interesting looking. Oh, he probably ran 30 yards. I shot him kind of at an angle, so I think I double lunged him. There he is. Like I said, a little 3-point. Beautiful, beautiful deer. Kind of interesting. This is almost flattened out. So I'm going to get him gutted. Get him drug out to the truck. But this just goes to show that you can go out and hunt public land and get you a deer. And I know there's people out there going to be like, you should have passed on him, or he's too little. I need to meet, and I've been hunting for 10, 15 years now, and you don't see a lot of big bucks in these woods anywhere in this part of the country I've been in. They just don't get real big. That's why they have the one illegal buck law or rule, because this thing provides a lot more meat than even a big doe does, because it's just bigger. So, like I said, I'm gonna get this thing cleaned up, get it gutted, get it all back to the truck, and then I'm gonna take it to the house and get its skin out. As you guys can see, I got the old deer hung up here behind me. I'm gonna get to skinning it out and get it put in this here cooler. This cooler, and get it all iced down, get it cooling off. Luckily, it's still a nice cool day here, even though I worked up a heck of a sweat hauling that joker out of the woods. Glad to have the meat. I respect every inch of this animal, and I'm going to use every bit of it that I can. So I'm going to do a time lapse of me getting it skin out, and I'll see you guys when I'm done. Well, guys, that's going to do us for this video. I got the deer butchered and put in these 2 coolers. Normally they would go in my big Lifetime cooler, my 77 quart Lifetime cooler, but I didn't have it with me, so I had to use these 2. I left it in the back of my wife's truck like an idiot. You know, it happens. So I'm going to have to transfer them to that cooler when she gets home from work. But I want to thank you guys for coming along for the ride, and I want to thank God for letting me be able to get that deer. It's going to go to good use, being able to feed my family and everything. And we proved that with the onX app, you can drop waypoints and go check them out and sometimes come out with a deer. So I want to thank you guys for watching this video, hopefully all the way through. I want to thank you guys for supporting me and making it a possibility for me to go do this. I want to thank each and every one of you. So y'all remember to like, subscribe, comment. Y'all stay frosty, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless you.